Hi. Last week we talked about how all of our thoughts in a day, that 40% of those thoughts are are things from the past that don't mean anything. The other 40% are things that are future based, where we're speculating that will never come true. That leaves 20%, and out of the 20%, 12% of that is on things that really don't matter. What am I going to wear today? What am I going to eat? What time will I eat? Things like that. And that leaves the 8%. And those are the things that are what we need to get laser focused on. We really need to hone in on, because those are the things that are really going to make a difference in a day. We also talked about how we get fogged out emotionally in life, and we talked about what that looks like. Today, we're going to continue with the series on how to focus to win, and we're going to talk about the benefits of bringing somebody in from the outside. So, what happens in business is oftentimes we have a hard time seeing things objectively. We see the problems, we see the financial issues, we see the struggles, and we can't see through that fog to figure out what next step to take. I know that, a little personal story, we owned some businesses years ago that were struggling. And I know I did this, and I've talked to so many business owners that say they completely understood, they did the same thing. I would sit on Monday and look at the bills. And on Tuesday, I would sit and dwell and look at the bills. And Wednesday, I would dwell over it and look at the bills. And Thursday, I would do it. And Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. As if somehow looking at the bills every day, I was going to have an aha moment, or I was going to find something in it that I hadn't seen before, and something was going to make a difference. And the truth was, I was just stuck. I was stuck emotionally because I couldn't see beyond the fog. And what I needed to do was bring somebody in objectively. At that time in my life, I didn't have the same business skills, so I didn't know to do that. And when I say bring somebody in, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that does that for a living. There are people that do that, but it can be somebody, a trusted friend that you know, that they're successful in business. A lot of times you'll find that there's people, if this is you, that are in multiple different business ventures, and you may have somebody that's not in this particular business venture that you can bring in and look at. You can do the same for them. They're very successful, and they can look at it. Also, I talk about that you'll want to do this when you're struggling in business, but that's not always the case. You also want to do it with a very successful business, because again, you're going to be more subjective. And if you bring somebody in from the outside that doesn't have, any skin in the game with this business, they have nothing to lose. They can clear out that fog, they can look at it and give you some good solid advice. So if you've got a very successful business, it's still worth having a look at, because they may find other avenues that you could take to make it even more successful. So keep that in mind too. uh, the big thing is, again, when we're stressed about business, we get that emotional fog. We cannot see. If you didn't hear me talk about the fog, go back to last week and watch that, where you just literally, you can't think anymore, and it's a big problem with business and entrepreneurship. So if you find that you get paralyzed by fear, if you find that you feel like you're in a rut and you just can't get out of it, bring somebody in, let them be objective, let them look at it. They don't have the skin in the game the way you do, and they will be able to help you see things objectively, clear that fog out of the way, and be able to focus. So I hope that helps. Um, we will be continuing this series for the next week, probably talking about how to focus to win. So I hope that helped. Hope you got some good nuggets out of that. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.